flipping through old notebooks again. You know the kind, spines barely hung in on pages, curled like they've been crying themselves to sleep since 1988. Ink stains and scribbled margins. Yellowed paper whispering ghosts. Found lyrics in there. Whole songs. Hooks that once had life. Verses that never touched a mic. Ideas too raw, too tender, too early for the world. And that's where this story really begins. Back in the 90s, there was a young man with a folder full of songs and a heart full of what if. He had this dream, wild and unbothered, by the logic of grown folks. Not a delusion, but a blueprint. He wanted a band, not just a sound, but a movement. Rehearsals every weekend, even if it meant scraping up change. To rent a dusty old studio room, where the carpet smelled like 3-day funk and ambition. It was never perfect. Drummers dropped out. Bassists went missing. His brother was away at college, and the reliable ones, man, they were usually already booked by bar bands playing, Casey and the Sunshine Band, for tips and fried wings. But Tim, think he didn't want that. Didn't want to be a cog in someone else's top 40 jukebox. He wanted something real, something his, and somewhere between all the heartbreak of managing dreamers, egos, no-shows, and near misses. He continued writing poetry, and in one of those pages, curled at the edges, like a time traveler's ticket stub, was this. Poor lonely sky. The liquid canvas lay empty with sorrow. Her name lost twilight invades a memory, all too real to touch. Feeling as if they were there to give life. Flickering wishes or thoughts they seem. Tickle the mind, leaving a smile to charade a loneliness. A daydream unfolds to birth fantasies. Her picture he holds upon the heart, as if to make them one. Forbidden to reach the earth, the sky cries, for tears can caress her skin. She looks up, but he is not seen. Clouds disguise his face, as hesitation blinds all the world so beautiful. A rose talks aloud as love looks on. I know that at times her eyes are sad. Inside, love could be higher. She takes a dream to bed, only to fear it coming true. Wanting and warming, the clouds think to pass, so the sky delivers stars. He gives her time, love stands all time, eternal, in love with her. Storms and wind rage, opening a new sound. Skies are darkened, dreams aren't enough to hide. Thunder entering into the sky, confusion now plays second to love. I wonder them to be the same. His thoughts shared in her, no sound could be louder, not his voice, for he is so nervous. She has to hold her mind this night into silence. All stops as 17 rain tears hit her skin, wet, soft, and understanding. That's what it's like to make music in a world that forgot how to dream. They tell us it's childish, unproductive, but then turn around and play. In softball leagues, binge superhero movies, and fill gyms chasing the same dopamine rush they had at 12 years old. Creativity isn't some whimsical side quest, it's therapy. It's the cocoon where we shed what the world told us to be and become what we've always been. It's the only time the noise in our heads makes sense. And if you really live in this life, you know you ain't never bored. Even when you're knee-deep in a project, you're already thinking about the edit, the rollout, the caption, the artwork, the hook for the next one. Creation never stops, because creativity isn't a choice. It's how some of us survive. And if you listen to ThinkTimm long enough, he'll tell you plain, don't create to fit into the game. Create and let the project shape its own world. So before this episode begins, I just want to say this. If you've ever felt like the only one still holding on to your dreams, you're not alone. You're not late. You're not lost. You're right on time. This is the place for you. And if you're listening, welcome home. Welcome back to Why Make Music, ... I'm your host, DJ Warm Cookies, also known as Willa May. And you already know the vibe. We are not here for clout. We are not here for coins. At least not tonight. This episode, this one right here, it's called Not for Money, for Motivation. Because sometimes it ain't about a paycheck, it's about a pulse. It's about creating something that makes you feel alive. And in today's world, you don't need $1 million studio to start. But let's not lie, you do need something.
Yeah, we're about to talk real numbers. Laptop, software, speakers, AI tools, branding. Not for the flex. Just to keep it 100 for those who want to get started.
Exactly, we're going to break it all down, step by step. What it really costs to get started in music production in 2024. Whether you're making beats in your bedroom or building a brand from the basement like ThinkTimm, this episode is for the motivated, not the monetized. Let's talk about the first wall a lot of creatives hit the gear. Not dreams, not talent, just raw, basic, cost. Because in this digital age, your passion still needs a passport to travel, and it starts with a computer.
If you're starting from scratch, a decent laptop or desktop is your first investment. We're talking at least 16 gigs of RAM, a solid state drive, and a multi-core processor. You don't need a spaceship, but you do need something that won't freeze every time you open a plugin.
No shade, but if your machine wheezes when you launch FL Studio, it might be time. Expect to spend anywhere from $700 to $2,000. After that, you're gonna need storage.
External hard drives, backup SSDs, get at least 1 terabyte ready. Especially if you're stacking sample libraries or running big VSTs like Omnisphere.
Then come the tools. Your MIDI controller. A solid one costs under $100, but the fancy ones, $350, easy. And don't skip the interface. Clean audio in, clean audio out.
Focusrite, PreSonus, Universal Audio. Budget at least $150 for quality.
Studio monitors range from $300 to over $1,000. Or go with good reference headphones if you're just starting. And finally, your mic, the one that captures you. Condenser mics with clean preamps are key. Price between $150 and $500. Let's be real, social media isn't free. It might not charge you to post, but it does charge you time, energy, and mental space.
You're not just a producer now. You're a strategist, an editor, a brand. That takes hours.
And confidence. The kind that's self-serving, not arrogant. Most people downplay music. They think it's easy, but only a tiny percent of the planet even tries to create it.
Music is emotion in motion, and you chose to speak it.
Instagram, TikTok, YouTube, they're free to join, but not free to grow. You still need a plan, and maybe some help from artificial intelligence. Hey, I'm just putting it out there. My place in this is secure.
CapCut Pro, $10 per month. ChatGPT Pro, $20. 11 Labs for voice, around $11 and up. You get what you pay for.
These are tools, co-workers, not cheats. Let's talk structure. Mailing lists, MailChimp, ConvertKit, Bravo. They start free but grow with you.
Email converts. Socials vanish. Your list stays.
Then, your site, your name on the door, Squarespace, Wix, $15 to $40 monthly. Ad merch, beat players, it scales with your grind.
BeatStars, Airbit, great tools, but pro plans help you eat. About $20 a month to really move.
You're building a system, not just uploading. Every dollar you spend is a seed. It'll grow. Maybe not fast, but it will. Major label dreams. Cool, but are they yours? Because the same setup you're using, it's uploading 110,000 tracks a day.
That's not a stat. That's your competition.
Are you gigging? Are you building a fan base? What's your image? Real talk. This world favors beauty.
Streaming is radio now, but image still speaks first.
The question is, if the algorithm never notices you, will you still make the art?
If nobody claps, will you still dance?
Now, the platform is growing. But are you bringing value or just uploads?
What are you adding to the curve besides content?
Are you helping peers, inspiring growth? If you're the flame, what else are you? Big shout out to the WNBA. What a year, what a future.
You're still an amateur till you profit, like a business. What's your turnaround?
Are you learning? Are you teaching? Are you sharing your struggle? Your knowledge could be the reason someone else doesn't quit.
Sometimes you're the master, apprentice, and Padawan all at once.
And that's powerful. We cleared the trees, pulled back the stick, and found blue sky. This is why I make music, ... Flying blind sometimes, but never crashing.
We show up. We push through. We build something that's ours.
Now it's time to circle up, like Jedi on Geonosis, lightsabers drawn, hearts aligned. Follow the signal, follow the soul. Website, www.thinktimm.com. Instagram, @ThinkTimm, @WDMNation, @YMacMusic, @DJ Warm Cookies. Facebook, we are ThinkTimm, and Blue Sky, @ThinkTimm. Streaming everywhere, ThinkTimm. Merch, tpublic.com and threadless.com. Support, patreon.com/ThinkTimm.
Be a friend to the process. Be an ally to the creative mind. And when you ask yourself why make music, ... make sure the answer is real.
And before we step away from this moment, let me give you a little taste of something cooking in the ThinkTimm kitchen. It's a new series, a quiet storm with sharp edges, a celebration, a recognition. It's called Why Make Music? The producers. We're talking a step behind the curtain, into the minds, machines, and muscle behind some of the most unforgettable sounds of our time, from the dusty vinyl of the 90s boom bap to the high-def glitches of the 2020s. These are the people who shape the airwaves from behind the boards, the beat makers, the architects, the ones who never needed the spotlight because they built the stage. ThinkTimm and yours truly, DJ Warm Cookies, are gonna walk you through their stories. Short form, punchy, and full of soul. Some names you know, some you've slept on, but all of them, legends in their own lane. This ain't just a list of producers. It's a tribute to the sound crafters, the vibe makers, and the groove engineers who make music because they have to. So keep your ears warm, your notifications on, and your spirit ready. Why Make Music? The producers, powered by ThinkTimm, narrated by DJ Warm Cookies, and guided, like always, by the music.
So yeah, this is something we've been thinking about for a while now. And I ain't gonna lie to you, not now, Not ever. See, my journey as an artist, it doesn't come with an expiration date. Ain't no best if used by stamped on this soul. I've been in this for the long haul, through the loop-de-loops, the crash landings, the dusty 4-tracks, and the cracked plugins. So I figured, why not share the curiosity that keeps me going? Because that's what this is about. Why make music? The producers. This is a little series we're cooking up where I dive into the minds, the machines, the movement of the beat makers. We're talking from the grand architects of hip-hop and R&B to the bedroom geniuses who never touched an SSL board but still make the speakers cry. See, I've always had this fascination. When I hear a sound, whether it's from 1973 or 2045, my brain doesn't just listen, it starts dissecting. It's like I can't help it. I start hearing the layers, the space between the kick and the snare, the way a synth line was tucked behind the vocal like it was shy. I hear decisions, I hear tension, I hear somebody's mind at work. And often, what I'm drawn to, what really excites me, is when it's the work of one person. Now look, I'm not throwing shade at the committee method. Hell no. I love my supergroups. You know I do. I've gone on record before. Biggest supergroup of all time in my book. George Clinton and Parliament Funkadelic. I mean, come on. George Clinton is a master conductor of beautiful chaos. He had vision, man. He let his bandmates layer and freestyle and get all tangled in this cosmic funk braid. And more often than not, it just worked. It was a groove tapestry stitched together with pure instinct and outer space intuition. But see, George had people. He had a parliament. Me? I got Willa riding shotgun and a whole bunch of plugins trying to act right on a funky Wednesday afternoon. Back in the day, sure, I had a band. I let the guitar player and the bass player go wild sometimes. Too wild. They were good, don't get me wrong. But Lord, they'd take it to 1,000 when all I asked for was a simmering 75. So now, at this point in my journey, everything you hear, it's me. ThinkTimm. Every note, every layer, every mistake and miracle, straight from my fingertips to the fader. And man, I'm not saying I'm unstoppable, but I am saying I feel pretty damn immovable these days. Now listen, there ain't been no profit in this yet, so technically I'm still an amateur by definition. But guess what? That just means this business is still my business. No investors, no board meetings, no formula. So with all that said, I want to share this energy, this curiosity, this admiration. Why make music? The producers is our way of shining light on the often unsung minds behind the music we love. We're talking Willa, we're talking Madlib, DJ Premier, Timbaland, Missy, Pharrell, No ID, The Alchemist, Ninth Wonder, High Tech, K-Tranada, Michael Made It, Metro Boomin, Kaixul Edge, Terrace Margin, and yeah, we might even pull up on Rick Rubin's Bearded Brilliance while we're at it. We're going crate digging in sonic histories, breaking down styles, methods, maybe even some lesser known moments, like how some producers were also ghostwriters, instrumentalists, or A&R whisperers before the world cued their nomenclature. And it won't always be the big names either. I'm looking at producers you might not know yet. Folks who change culture with just an MPC and a stack of dreams. Or that one dusty SP. choose to give up. These segments might land inside the regular Why Make Music podcast you already know and love, or they might roll out as standalone short videos, 5 to 10 minutes of rhythm and recognition, short, punchy, soulful, the kind of thing you can cue up while you're tweaking EQ or waiting on your DoorDash. And let's be real, yeah, part of it is just to trick that almighty algorithm into pushing people back to the ThinkTimm, if nothing else, YouTube channel. You know how it goes. Content is currency in the digital world. So smash that button. Yeah, I really said it. Like, subscribe, comment, tell your cousin, tell your drummer, tell your producer friend who never leaves the studio and only speaks in WAV files. And if you're listening right now, know that all of this, is coming from a place of deep love for the process, for the beat makers, for the layer builders, for the quiet geniuses who never chased fame, but shaped the sound of generations. So thank you, from me to you. Peace, be wild, be well, and remember, ThinkTimm, if nothing else.
From me, DJ Warm Cookies, Willa May, and from ThinkTimm himself. Peace and be wild. Stay bold, stay true, and keep making music, not for money, but for motivation.